Hi, everybody. For those of you who I haven't met yet, my name is Maxwell, and I'm really proud to get the chance to talk to you today about a guy that I think you should really want to know. If you're lucky enough to have him in your life already, you may know him as Etienne, but we in the Resos know him as Tony. You may ask yourself, why Tony? To which I would respond, why not Tony? Tony has been such a ray of light in this group. Every time we have a rehearsal, we started off by going around the circle and saying our highs and lows for the day. And when we get to Tony, you can count on him to comment about the weather. If the weather was good, he had a good day. If the weather was bad, he got out an umbrella and a coat and had a good day. A couple of weeks ago, Tony mentions that his low for the day was that the school was last minute making it difficult for him to go on a club trip he'd been planning for a while. However, he told us that he was working on an email to the Office of Student Involvement, which he hoped would change their minds. This semester, I happened to pick up a job as a front desk assistant for OSI, and when I showed up to work the next day and checked the OSI email, who else did I see at the top of my inbox but Tony? I walked into the office to ask about it and saw that the entire office had come to a standstill as they looked at this email. I was unable to resist my curiosity. I opened it and saw that Tony had written at least a dozen full-length paragraphs citing the student handbook, the Colgate mission statement, and I'm fairly certain various laws to make his case for why he should be allowed to go on his trip. And he had a great time. Tony is kind and forever optimistic, but don't get it twisted. He's wicked smart and completely driven. Speaking of driven, Tony may be a champ on Jan Tour, taking long shifts of safe driving, and I could name a number of times that he's given me a ride around the campus or to hibachi. The thing is, I seem to remember that during our final goodbye to the seniors last year, I was in the back of the car, and he was behind the wheel driving so maniacally that he might have actually succeeded at scaring them. He definitely did succeed in tossing me around like a shirt in a tumble dryer. Unfortunately for Tony, he's the senior now, and I got my license last summer. At any given Reso event, you might find Tony taking photos and filming to make sure that everyone has some good memories. You might find him cuddling with the basses, 4 to a chair, or showing off his skills with a belt. You will almost definitely find him biding his time before making a joke so good that we all laugh for minutes and then reference it for days. Tony always has a smile for everyone, and sometimes he also has sweets. Tony loves food and takes a picture of every meal I've ever seen him eat. Tony has a singing voice so sweet and low that I can't stop grinning every time I hear it, and he has a quiet humility and joy that makes it impossible to not feel better when you're around him. For a while last year, I went through a period where I was struggling with some bad anxiety, and I had a hard time being around people. The Resos are like my family here at Colgate, and during that time, rehearsals were like a safe space for me. But when you're in your head the way that I was, even family can feel pretty daunting. One of the reasons that I was so excited to get to talk about Tony today is because even on my absolute worst days, for some reason, I never doubted that I had Tony to talk to. I knew that at least Tony could help me see the good in things. His goodness seeps outward all the time, and I know that he will bring that outpouringness into everything he does. We love you, Tony. Goodbye.